Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need shadow read for this full moon in Leo to new moon in Pisces, February 2023? I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal. For short, they're just my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. There's a link in that description box down there, and you can click that link and preview a good chunk of it for free if you so choose. And if you also so choose, you can come and click the link on Patreon, patreon.com/drawingthecircle, a wonderful members-only subscription platform that allows me and other creative types to do all sorts of cool stuff. Right now I got 8 different levels of subscribers, 8 different ways to jump in. All of my subscribers across the board get me every morning with what's called a daily check-in, an unlisted YouTube live stream link chatting about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, a little prayer, a little blessing, a little something, something to send us on our way. And it's my favorite way to start the day. I really do mean that. It gets me going, and I know my patrons are digging it, as well as they get all of the extended reads. All of my subscribers get all the extended reads. There are no extended reads for this one. The waxing and waning moon, the 8 card and the 5 card draws, I don't need to do those, thank God, but they get all of them across the board. So doing a lot of cool stuff over there for the month of February, starting the witch archetype workshops over there for my witches, my mystics, and my gods, goddesses. So go check it out, click the link if you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal. Just come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But Aries, just call me now. Boom. Boom. Let's get down to work, shall we? If you are new to the channel, an 8-card draw just means 1 card from 8 different decks. Go figure. Getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline, in this case a 2-week period from full to new, waning, releasing, letting go. We'll talk about it in February 2023. Not a timeless read, a timed read, but there is a playlist if you would like to look back and see the shadow work, the releasing, the letting go of maybe some tricky times, what you might have learned in retrospect. But certainly, and this is for cross-watchers as well, if you just take the clues, tips, and hints that hit the table here in these 8 cards, you are more than likely to shift your vibration from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy. I prefer the language of spiritual alchemy, lead having 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table. Those 3 atoms cannot be created or destroyed, only changed or transformed. Hence, shadow work, releasing, surrender, burning away, whatever you want to call it. Transforming is the right word. Transmuting is better. Alchemizing is the best for me over this 2-week period. So you shift to a more golden, healthier timeline, lifetime, contract, whatever you want to see it as. And it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs so that you can clear the path for a Pisces new moon. Let's look at the timeline real quick. Full moon in Leo on a Sunday, right there. Success, 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 right? The day of the sun with Leo, full moon, ruled by the sun. Anything that you cast for that day, February 5th, 1:29 p.m. Eastern. I am in New York. So figure right before 1:30, right? Get it before that, right? Hit that note, so to speak. And then, you know, when the moon rides at her peak, then your heart's desire seek. I do the 5-card draws, the waxing moons to help clarify that if you want to go have a look-see-dooksy. And then the 2 weeks of releasing, letting go, to the new moon. We've got a new moon on Monday. Someone call Simon LeBon, let him know. February 20th, 2:06 a.m. So we get to wake up on a new moon on Monday, light our torch and wave it for that new moon on Monday. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm so very sorry to hear that clairaudiently. But in between those 2 weeks, a couple of astrological events of note. On February 11th, Mercury will be going into Aquarius, so at least it's an air planet in an air sign, so that's lovely. Let's see, on the 18th, we have, February 18th, we have, of course, the sun going into Cancer. That doesn't make sense, but I guess that's right. And then on the 20th, Venus goes into Aries, right? Because Venus, everything is direct. There are no retrogrades during this period. So it's an interesting paradigm here to play with. So look, like I said, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and do check your other signs. I suggest look at the titles as they come out, and if you see repetition of themes and you know you're cross-watching for someone or you know what your planets are, go check them out. They're free on YouTube. Otherwise, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I'm going to do the best that I can to get you the clarity, guidance, grace, love, wisdom, power, and whatever the divine needs for you to have to shift this world, because the more we shift our own personal, vibrational, and timeline, the better this world gets. Cool? Oh, and there's tons of links in the description box about shadow work and mirroring and processing and all that stuff, so go have a look-see-duck-see. Is that it? I think that's it. Because the shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point. So let's find that still point. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And those ocean sounds in the background are very, very helpful to find the still point. As I use the Caroline Mace archetype cards, I call to the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. Beloved pantheons of the divine, what is the dominant chakra in us? The dominant chakra. What is the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra, hovering over the head of the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, indicating the shadow work, the necessary soul contract being alchemized from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy for the Aries and the cross-watchers this full to new February 2022. The guide 2023. Sorry, I got used to the rhyming thing last year. Mnemonic devices are helpful. Now, the guide archetype is one of the divine family archetypes, as well as it tends to have a foot in the wisdom family. There are 9 different families, categories. The shadow written on the card represents the lead, the light, the gold. 3 atoms in between. Where are you on that percentage scale of shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace? The shadow attribute places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. I've seen it happen in my career with other people, but I have always tried to keep it sunny, keep it funny, keep it gay, keep it affordable. I'm charging $100 an hour for a reading since 1998 when I started drawing the circle. I haven't changed my prices since. And I tell like really wealthy people and famous people, because I've read them, I go, you pay me what you think I'm worth, right? And if they pay me under that, I'm like, okay, we know who that person is. So yeah, no, I don't do that. Yes, of course, I'm a guide. But you can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. The light, the gold, is what you're shooting for here. Represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself, and that can be very much about being reliant upon your own guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power. Yes, readings are helpful. Yes, talking things out with other people, right? Getting guidance, guidance counselor, spiritual counseling, psychological counseling, all of that's good. But we're talking about the divine here. We're talking about you having perhaps an experience as you let go of feeling your oneness with everything, and that the divine is love. One light, infinite lenses, decode as you choose, and there's always a higher truth. At some point, all the gods, goddesses, archangels, and masters and all of that stuff just turns into the Om, because there's no place like Om. Let's get the next 4 chakras down, right? Because the guide is sending down the program to all the code, if you like, to all of the other chakras, shifting what you attract and what you repel over this 2-week period, so you no longer delay what cannot be prevented. And how many times you want to keep doing this over and over and over again. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Well, okay. As I call upon my goddesses of fire, the sign of Aries. That's interesting. Powers of the South, please, beloved goddesses of cardinal fire. There you are. One card and clarity, please, for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, what do they need on the inside, the feminine energy, the world behind their eyes, throat chakra minimum, choices and decisions, so they may no longer delay what cannot be prevented to alchemize this guide archetype. Shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, this full to new. All right, you got a court card on the inside. So this may not be somebody obviously on the outside, but if you have any planets in Cancer, this would be the Queen of Cups. No, King of Cups, sorry. In traditional Rider-Waite based tarot, in this, it is Namu, the Mother of Cups. And the Cancerian card definitely speaks of heart chakra. But if you are an Aries, if this is the Aries, not the cross-watcher watching, it is a square Cancer to Aries, a 90-degree angle. So this is going to really tell you to focus on your heart chakra intuition, which starts off in a real simple way, but then it gets subtler as you go. Is the heart open or closed? Now, it's not just a wide open or a locked shut, right? Obviously, it's like a camera aperture. The idea, anahata, the name of the heart chakra in Sanskrit means unstuck, right? So it's never quite static in that way, unless you're no longer in the body, and that's a different, we're talking chakras, not organs here. So what is your cardinal water? Now, fire and water, right? You do it with the right guidance here. Create steam, right? Create steam power. It changed the world, steam power, right? Turbines and whatnot. Still does. Plus a cup of tea, right? My Mr. Coffee, thank God. The fire and the earth, the air, and the water is working over there in my coffee maker. So what is the creative thing that's in your heart here, right? That the guidance, of course you could talk yourself out of it. You can make choices to go against it. But with the guide archetype, I would really keep an eye, not just on perhaps, you know, what you are charging for your spiritual insights, but this could be very much a personal thing of saying, you know, I am the divine, we all are, so what is my guidance? What is my heart telling me about this, regardless of what my mind, remember Aries is ruled by this part of the head, the sign of Aries right there, so, you know, very, very third eye. This is saying tap into your heart chakra creativity. The sacred truth of the heart chakra, according to Carolyn Mace and Anatomy of the Spirit, is very simply, love is divine power. So talk about bringing that love to yourself and then allowing that to unite you consciously, deliberately with the nature of the divine in life and, of course, in yourself. Let's get the lower three chakras with the Mythic Tarot. This is the masculine energy, outside looking in at you, you from the inside looking out at people, places, or things. Lower three chakras are about relationships in the physical world. You know, it's a general read. You're going to have to feel that one out. Please take a nice deep breath. Because sometimes the reading is for the cross-watcher. Still point. Yeah, I call upon my gods of fire. An interesting energy. I call to my gods of fire, the sign of Aries, powers of the south, please. My beloved ones, my beloved divine masculine energies of cardinal fire, creative fire, lower three chakra dynamic, inside out, outside in, relationships in the world. What do they need to be aware of? The Aries collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading so they can alchemize the guide archetype from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, with creative water on the inner. Cancer could be mothering themselves, inner child work, emotional healing, but definitely something creative rather than destructive. And maybe they have their emotional boundaries up that way, as crabs are surrounded by shell, but very, very sweet on the inside if you've ever eaten one. So what do you got for them, please? This full to new February 2022 at 5 of Wands. There is conflict of will going on here. Feels very solar plexus. It did get a little serious when I started making the prayer shuffling for this card. So look, this is Jason and the Argonauts. The Mythic Tarot is based on Greek mythology. Really feels like my first language, honestly, at this stage in my life. So, you know, Jason has to retrieve the Golden Fleece. Now, he doesn't do it alone. He does work with other people. Medea, I believe, is the witch he is working with. A long story there, does not end well. Yikes. But who essentially puts the dragon to sleep so he can just like tiptoe up, grab that thing, and leave. So no dragons were harmed in the making of this myth. Right? You don't want to get dragon PETA on your ass. So that's retroactive. Back to ancient Greece. So, you know, what is the conflict of will here? Is it solar plexus, an ethical thing? Your solar plexus certainly speaks of your honor code. That's why if you pay attention to that, no matter what, because the ego will try and talk it into or out of anything as long as it gets what it wants. But your soul will speak through your solar plexus and say, don't do it. And of course, if we end up doing it, we usually end up blaming ourselves and others, and that's the hero's journey. So there's definitely conflict of will here. This could be argumentative stuff, but even if it's not being verbalized, it's very, very tricky to tune into guidance when the solar plexus might be engaged with other people, places, or things that may not have the same intentions as you. This could be about anything. Could be a work situation very, very easily. So let's get you a healing mantra from the Metcon Healing Mantra deck to just help you bring that into alignment little bit by little bit. Shifting from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. He literally said to me, sit back and relax. So I call upon the Ascended Masters of Guidance because, I mean, all of you do that in one way or another. But I think we're talking about something a little bit more specific here. Please, beloved Ascended Masters of Guidance, what is the perfect healing mantra? Make it clear, make it clean, make it specific. Make it helpful for the Aries Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, so they can alchemize the guide archetype from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy. Maybe they're dealing with somebody who's charging way too much for their guidance, and that's irking them a little bit, but stoking their creativity somehow on the inner. Certainly the unconditional love for themselves is there because there's some kind of conflict of wills here in the lower three chakras. So help them heal that. What you got this full to new February 2023? I just got this mantra this morning. Dispelling sadness. I will feel better once I get the rest I need. Mother yourself. Mother yourself. Others might not like it. They usually don't. I take time off. People lose their frickin' minds. Mel! Satan's in my knife drawer. I'm like, no, he's not. He's too busy running governments at the moment. Joking. So I'm going to read this from the bookie book. We got a bunch of bookie books on the menu for the 8 card draws. But I think dispelling sadness, that it's easier to listen to the guidance that's coming through your chakras, your guides, whatever, when your nervous system is not inflamed. And this would say perhaps your nervous system is a little overloaded, a little saturated, right? So taking some time to integrate would, I think, be helpful. Dispelling sadness. I will feel better once I get the rest I need. Work. Or not. When sadness dissolves, you're able to acknowledge upheavals of emotion as profound healings taking place. Because it's energy and motion, you're doing the stuff. So we're talking about the emotional part here and the creativity that can come out of this for you. As a result, you are inspired to give your body the rest and rejuvenation it needs rather than to push yourself into states of imbalance, which is what the 5 of Wands is, right? Odd numbers aren't necessarily balanced. Well, the 3s are the perfect tripod, right? But you're trying to get to the 6 of Wands, that victory, you gotta go through the 5th. Just how it works. I didn't write the roles. As you dissolve sadness, you become aware of the vital role downtime plays in helping you recharge your energy field. Now, I struggle with this pretty much every day. I just saw a TikTok on this on Facebook, where, you know, you got to do it all yourself. You got to be self-driven and self-motivated because people have promised everything and delivered nothing. Maybe you have that wound of betrayal. abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss, the 4 ego wounds in there. So it does. It's for a lot of us, particularly Generation X. So this one person say, our parents didn't even like us. We don't really care what you think. We can be very self-driven, and that was very rewarded in the 80s and the 90s. But now here on the other side of the millennium, you know, we're learning how to balance this stuff, and it's a journey. This mantra is ideal for dealing with depression, fighting against time, that's mine, and learning how to relax. Well, you know, certain things are legal now, so that doth make it a tad bit easier, one would say. So the guide in the 8th, Cancer on the inner, definitely emotional, I would say emotional shadow work, dealing with whatever's happening on the outside. You just need to know it's there for you to kind of move you forward. It's not a victim stance, but the guidance is yours to follow if you so choose. We all have free will, but taking a break, taking a rest, taking the time, the space, the rest, and the breath you need. A little bit every day, a lot of bit every day can only help. Okay, 4 cards down, 4 more to go. Look, I can do math and divination. Let's ask the higher selves of all involved what's going on here. With the Whispers of Love Oracle by Angelo Hartfield. We'll also be using the Whispers of Lord Ganesha by Angela Hartfield to help remove those obstacles in between the lead and gold, those 3 atoms. But for now, let's ask your higher selves. Of all involved, chances are there are other people involved in this. Please take a nice deep breath. Particularly if it's tribal, family, corporation, system, still point. Well, that's very calming. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved. 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading to help them alchemize the guide from shadow to light, lead to gold, paint to peace, Cancerians on the inner, 5 of Wands on the outer, dispelling sadness. They'll feel better once they get the rest they need. What is the whisper of love for them this full to new? Receive with love and appreciation. Now I'm going to say, receiving the guidance? Perhaps, right? Something direct for you, something personal, yet in a way impersonal, because the divine loves everyone maximally. I don't know, even them. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love. So, you know, what is that? How do you want to receive that, right? Receive with love and appreciation. Sometimes that's to the universe, darling. Sometimes it's like, oh my God. Oh, yesterday, perfect example, the Wi-Fi went out. Instead of getting pissed off, I was like, I don't have to work. And it didn't come on for hours. So I rebooked everything for today. I was like, oh, thank you. Really? And I slept and I ate. It was wonderful. It was Sunday. I took a Sunday off. I still live streamed in the morning on YouTube in the public edition. Patreon on YouTube. So, you know, that's the thing. I think this is really about finding your balance, but you are dispelling, releasing the emotional weight here. Mother yourself. Receive with love and appreciation. Very feminine energy. Read going on here. Seems more internal than external. But that's okay. We go from the angels to the archangels, right? Well, the higher selves, which are the guardian angel, the higher self. You put a bunch of them together, you get an archangel. That's where we're using the Archangel Fire Oracle by Alexandra Wenman from Finhorn Publishing. I hope somebody has looked up Finhorn in Scotland, because I mention it a lot. Roses in the snow, cabbages in the sand, something like that. Just, it's mind-blowing what they're doing and have been doing over there for decades. So it's this Pantheon of Archangels. Who's assigned to this for you? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call to the Pantheons of Archangels, beloved overseers of the chorus of angels and higher selves, the conglomerates, the multi-dimensional delios of the archangelic realm, please, one card in clarity for the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. Who is the Archangel in charge of this, helping them alchemize? The guide archetype from Shadow to Light, Lead to Gold, Paint to Peace, Cancer on the inner, Cancerian on the inner, 4th house dynamic, being at home within one's skin, perhaps. Or not. There's our 5 of Wands. Just cards going everywhere with that 5 of Wands on the outer, dispelling sadness, getting the rest that they need, and opening up, receiving the love and appreciation they need for this full to new February 2023. Oh, Zachariel. I'm always learning about new archangels because they keep cranking them out, apparently. Zachariel, Z-A-C-H-A-R-A-E-L. Woo, a lot going on in that picture there. I'm going to read a part of it from the bookie, but there's a lot in here. Card number 20. I love that they don't write the keywords on the card, so you've got to look it up. But that's okay, I'm a research witch. I will always look shit up. Card number 20, Zachariel, Z-A-C-H, like Zach. Zach-R-A-L, A-R-A-E-L. Graceful surrender. Well, that could be a nap, right? I'm just going to take a nap and see what happens. Let's see what Ms. Wenman has to say. The angel of surrender, Zachariel's name means remembrance of God. He asks us to remember that we do not have to carry our burdens alone. What were we just talking about before? It is okay to ask for help when we need it. Sometimes life throws up situations or issues that we may find too difficult to cope with. We struggle to find answers or solutions, but can find none. And so it is often the case that we end up feeling helpless or like we have lost control. Yeah, and a 5 of Wands on the outer, I could see that, but that will pass. It's happening for you, not to you. He tells us a problem shared is a problem halved. That's interesting. I don't think I've heard that before. There is no shame in asking for help. In his card, Zachariel is portrayed as a Yazidi man, Y-A-Z-I-D-I, a member of an ancient spiritual minority group from Turkey. Oh, got it. Syria and Iraq, who have faced persecution and genocide like Sariel, S-A-R-I-E-L. Zachariel helps us surrender to the divine when we have nowhere else to turn, and that is the divine guidance. So no matter, look, what's happening on the outside is just set dressing for your higher self to kind of like nudge you into this place of getting the rest that you need and receiving the guidance from maybe somewhere other, because it seems like roads are blocked and it's making you angry in the outside world. The message. The material aspect of life is only temporary. I just fucking said that. Gently release any attachments to me, meaning to that archangel. When you surrender, you open to receive that which is truly yours. This too shall pass. And that's the alchemy. And sometimes that's it. This too shall pass. My dad, crazy as he was, bless his soul, Dad, wherever you are, kidding, sorta. You know, he said the only phrase that will remain true throughout time is that this too shall pass, and he's right. We are immortal beings that are on hero's journeys in human bodies, but we are born, B-O-R-N, B-O-R-N-E, of the divine, the higher self, the divine self, you know, call it what you want. Many traditions have called it many different things. So there is a surrender here, and that is a waning read, but you don't have to surrender to the outside necessarily. You can surrender to the divine. Throat chakra, sacred truth, the throat chakra, Carolyn Mace, MYS says she's a PhD, Anatomy of the Spirit, throat chakra chapter. Surrender your will. Well, she says to God. I say to the divine because I'm on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to keep it general. No need to piss people off when we're trying to establish a unity, although it tends to anyway. So let's go for something a little softer but incredibly powerful. The Whispers of Lord Ganesha. I love him. The elephant-headed Hindu god of success and prosperity. But for some reason in the West and in yoga studios everywhere, known as only the remover of obstacles, there's a lot more in there. He just doesn't have one function, and I adore him. I love elephants. Please take a nice deep breath. You know, the animal kind. With trunks. Still point. Hands. such a specific frequency. As I call to the beloved Lord Ganesh, God of success, prosperity, remover of obstacles, please, one card in clarity. For the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers, this feels really good. Watching this video and receiving this reading. What is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your oracle message to help them alchemize the guide archetype from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy? Mother of Cups, the Cancerian card on the inside, Five of Wands on the outer. I get that. As they have the opportunity of their own free will to dispel sadness, they'll feel better once they get the rest they need so they can receive with love and appreciation as they surrender. What you got for them, beloved Lord Ganesh, this full to new February 2023. Splendor. In the grass, with the grass, on the grass. I know there are people who don't know what splendor in the grass is, but I was raised at the classics, darling. I still have a sense of humor. Isn't that lovely? Card number 46, Splendor. Not to be confused with the sugar substitute. You got the Splendor card. Oh, lots of yellow packets everywhere. No, not really. Please take a nice deep breath and breathe in the splendor of Ganesh. Card number 46, Splendor. Seek and honor the beauty and splendor that is within and around you. Ganesha is surrounded by beauty in this card and is calling it to your attention. Awaken to see what you are surrounding yourself with at this moment. See more deeply and be aware of the impact of your surroundings on what you create in your life, right? So obviously there's some conflict of wills with that Five of Wands, so of course pull back, right? Cancerian on the inner says pull into your crab shell, hermit for a little bit, but emotionally, so to speak. Ganesha urges you to let beauty penetrate into your heart. You will naturally respond to this beauty by fostering more care and love, not only in your life, but also in the lives of those around you. Look, when the nervous system gets overloaded, when we get inflamed, right, we don't make the best decisions. But there's a certain frequency of love and care that only we can give ourselves, right? So, you know, find the beauty. You need to take a break to stop and smell the roses, right? If your critical voice has been overactive lately, or you find that you've been dwelling on negative behaviors, take a moment to realign yourself. You have arrived in this world as a unique and magnificent individual. The core of your being is whole, beautiful, and filled with love. The essence of the higher self, that's what we've been talking about here, wants nothing more or less than for you to be who you were created to be. In other words, your higher self is experiencing all of your past lives simultaneously. Huh? Yeah. So it knows better than we do, and that's why get your guidance from there first, and then see what everybody else says if you want to play that game that way. Ganesha is standing in a meadow surrounded by the flowers. The flowers symbolize perfection and beauty, the variety of colors, streams, healing, love, energy in your direction. The butterflies symbolize the change and evolution that your soul is undertaking. Remember to have an awareness of your surroundings, situational awareness. Krav Maga, see the splendor that is being shown to you and utilize this energy to support your own transformations. Sploosh. Just serving you archer ridiculousness. Look, there is something fun about this because it is creative, right? How you do this. People retreat differently. For me, it's Terry Pratchett audiobooks, pizza so I don't have to cook, my cat's on the couch just like zoning out, right? Lovely. But look what I do for a living, right? It's not like I'm going to go on a pilgrimage and go meditate somewhere. I can do it on my couch, thanks, right? So to find beauty, supposedly we're surrounded by it all the time, but, you know, in the eye of the beholder, if you're beholden, hopefully you're not. Okay, guess what? We have one more card, and it's sort of my favorite in the shadow reads. The Blessed Bee by Lucy Cavendish. I have not said her name that way on camera for a while. Love her name and love her work. The Blessed Bee, the mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empower, but I dedicated this deck to the pantheons of all pantheons, all traditions, lineages, and cultures. so that we can get a little clue as to the hidden blessing, the gold within the lead that's already there. But you have to take the journey, right? You got to do the alchemy to the best of your ability. So this is like a little light at the end of the tunnel and a nice way to end the read. No, please, take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call to the pantheons of all pantheons, a delegation from all traditions, lineages, and cultures. For the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading from the Blessed Bee deck. What is the hidden blessing, the gold within the lead, that they can find of their own free will? If they can alchemize the guide archetype from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, mother of cups, fourth house dynamic, cardinal water, Namu on the inner, five of wands, kind of a struggle probably with other people. I'm seeing a lot of solar plexus to solar plexus and second chakra conflict going on there, so that they can dispel sadness, to be given the guidance of when it's time and where to go to get the rest they need, so that they feel better, so they can receive with love and appreciation from the guides, from the higher selves, from the divine itself, as they go through this process of surrender in grace, graceful surrender with Archangel Zachariel, with Lord Ganesh offering splendor to really allow the beauty of what surrounds them in, let it in, to help inspire and lift them. So what's the gold within the lead, the hidden blessing for the Aries and the cross watchers this full to new February 2022? A blessing of fire. It is your element. Loving that, because inspiration and guidance kind of go hand in hand, although inspiration may be more the air and the fire, you know, the movement forward. Card number 3, inspiration definitely can be element of fire. So as the first 4 are like air, fire, water, earth, these are a little bit long, but since it's your element, let's have at it. Please take it. Oh, and we do these for real, and at the end of this, the reading is over. The last 2 words in here are blessed be, but then we'll chat a little bit at the end if you want, as I release the Aries collective and the cross watchers, which is usually done in a way that is somewhat goofy. Please take a nice deep breath. Keep it in balance, kids. Still point. Pantheons of the divine transmit a blessing of fire. A blessing to bring passion, motivation, and creative spark to your life and to the lives of those you touch. May the many blessings of the holy fires be yours. May fire's burning passion, its quick intensity, compel you into moments of action to make decisions, follow the truths of your heart, and quicken and burn like the flames within the hearth. May you be warmed and sheltered by the glow of these holy fires, and may they spark again and again the motivation we all need to turn the wheel in our lives. May the blessings of the flames that devour the old be yours, and may they burn through the debris of memory, the fallen dead wood of hurt and grudges, and burn through the pain that so many of us feel when recollecting injustices. 5 of Wands. May it inspire you to move forward with your life, and may it bring down what no longer serves you. May its crimson heat take light within your own soul and breathe to life the flames within you, so that you kindle again and again the sacred inner life, which will warm you when all about you grows cold. May you have rising within you from that radiant heart the fire in the head of the poets of old, the ancient brilliance that allows dreams to ignite so that you shine with that inner radiance. May any fear of fire pass from you, and may only the flames you tend be those who serve your best self. Let any form or harm in any other lives from this element pass away now, and let a great spark from the heart of the universe rekindle your love of warmth, your passion, your intensity and motivation. Let your warm heart be a shelter for others who come to you, like creatures in the woods come to a campfire, and may the fires within be a place of creativity, of dancing, of dreams, of stories told through the flickers of flames. May you always have that warmth and its protection and its ardor for all of the days of your life. Blessed be, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So let it be. So it is, and there's your read. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please hit the thumbs up. It helps other people find the readings. At this point, that's all it does, is helps other people find this particular reading and all of the rest of them. And if you want more of me here on YouTube, subscribe. I'm not stopping anytime soon. I asked them, when do you want me to give this stuff up? They're like, we'll let you know, but don't hold your breath. So I'm not. If you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more mal, because really, patreon.com/Drawing the Circle makes it all worth it for me. This career journey I've been on, and believe me, I can relate to that Five of Wands dealing with social media, and considering I'm doing sacred work, it's a tricky sticky. And if you want to book me for a private read to help you in any way that I can, not saying I can do everything, but I can help, then there is a link in the description box to a video I did a couple of years ago called Booking a Reading with Mal. Will explain everything you ever wanted to know about booking a reading with me, and I do that so that people can know before they reach out to me what the questions are to make it happen, and clients always come first. So that being said, what can I say here? The guidance is yours. You are worth this. Receive it, but take a break, pull back, and reignite your fire. Wishing you the very, very best and the very, very blessed of this full to new February 2022. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.